Welcome to Toni Unleashed, the podcast where we unleash the truth about all things pets.
Our research and anecdotal evidence matched with pet expert interviews will help you help your pet thrive.
We are here to answer questions, divulge information, and spread awareness about what's really going on in the world of pets.
I am your co-host, Emily Taylor, pet nutrition enthusiast.
And I'm Toni Shalasky, owner of Healthy Pet Products with 3 locations in the Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania area, and recently expanded to Port Charlotte, Florida. Welcome to the show. Hi, and welcome back to another episode of Toni Unleashed, the podcast. This episode and the next one are going to be all about cats. We have our good friend here, Lindsay, with us today. And Lindsay works in our Cranberry store, Cranberry, Pennsylvania. And she is the assistant manager. However, she also identifies as...
I made that up. Do you guys self-identify as a cat lady?
I do.
You don't take offense to it? Okay.
So she self-identifies as a cat lady and expert. So we have lots of questions for her to learn more about how to transition your cat to a new diet, the importance of enrichment for cats, how she manages to feed and care for 7 cats, but she has to have an even number. So there's going to be 8 here pretty soon. So without further ado, welcome to the show, Lindsay. It's so great to have you.
Hi, friends. Thanks for having me.
We're glad to have you.
I'm so excited to be here.
I know, right?
Talk all about cats.
Yeah, we need this. We desperately need this. Talking about cats does not come naturally to me.
Well, and it should because you have a cat. Meanwhile, I'm the one on every episode that says, and cats, and cats.
Yes. But even though I feel like, here's the thing though. In my defense, even though sometimes I complain about Baby Sue, like I legit have a great cat. He doesn't have any health issues. He's not a picky eater. He and my dog entertain themselves constantly. He's affectionate. He's like attentive. He's great. I don't know. He just kind of like just fits in well.
Sounds like a great boy.
My other animals.
And everybody knows I have none.
Yeah. Okay, so Lindsay, tell us about yourself. Give us some backstory about how you became so fond of cats, how you got into this industry, everything. Go.
Yeah, so Lindsay, I have currently 7 cats. As Toni said, we're looking for that perfect 8th to join the fam.
And does it have to be a boy or a girl cat?
I like boy cats better, but so currently I have 4 boys, 3 girls.
Okay.
Why do you like boys better?
They seem to be more affectionate, more outgoing, at least mine. Mm-hmm. I do have, my females are also, but just as a whole, they seem to be a little more needy, affectionate, cuddly.
See, I do love a needy dog, so I get it.
Yeah.
I do not.
Female cats seem to be a little more independent, so... But yeah, I currently have 7 cats. Growing up, always had cats. We were predominantly cat family. We did have dogs though too. Mm-hmm. So then, yeah, when I moved out, I knew that I wanted a cat. I was also working at a vet at the time. So I didn't plan on having 7, maybe 1, 2. But then people would bring in cats that needed homes or like little kittens. So here we are now with 7. But yes, I would identify as a cat lady.
And so you said when you moved out, you didn't take one from your parent
No, so we had like family cats growing up. And then when I was in college, I did move in with my grandma and live with her for a couple years. And we did take in 3 cats it was a mom and 2 kittens living under the neighbor's shed. We took them in. But then when I moved out, they were already, established there and had each other. So started with my own.
How do you add new cats into the cat pack?
Yeah. So
or colony. What is it?
Colony, maybe?
Okay.
My first one, Grigio, he's the first one I got. He was from a feral cat colony. So he was at least a year when I got him. So he wasn't like a kitten. So I obviously knew he liked being around other cats. And I planned on getting him a friend. So then we got Queso. But then all my other cats since have been kittens like younger. So I feel like it's a little easier to introduce cats sometimes when they're kittens, but it does just depend on their personality and if they...
Do you just like throw the kitten into the colony and like let them adjust, or do you do like a transition
No,
period?
I know you should probably slow introduction. I mean, but I guess it whatever works for people. But yeah, I just honestly bring them home and I'm like, here's your new friend.
I feel like, are you kidding?
I feel like once you have that, but that's how like packs of dogs are too, though. Like I feel like once you have an established group and there's already like the levels of like who's dominant, what this one does, like they already have their roles established and you have a kitten. I feel like that's a very animalistic approach to be like, you have to figure out where you fit into this group of animals. Yeah. Because I feel like that's common in like the dog world, especially with puppies and younger dogs. Like that Asher House guy, I feel like he has such a established pack of dogs already that when he brings them in.
Yeah, and Grigio, my first one, like he's very outgoing and he's like a nurturing cat too. So he kind of like took them in and he would like groom them and bathe them.
That's very
so
cute.
He's kind of a good like starter cat.
Yeah.
To like introduce other ones.
Well, I feel like we've already come up with 5 other cat topics we have to cover. How to bring in a new cat into your house, how to take care of a kitten, how to bond cats. What's the difference between male or female cat?
Yeah.
Anyways, what do you feed your cats?
So all my cats are raw fed. And ever since I got them, they've all been raw fed, just taking them, from the outside. I normally do make my own raw food, complete and balanced, but we do enjoy, like small batch. My cats really like Lotus.
How do you make your own cat food? I mean, another topic.
So when I used to feed them like pre-made stuff until I started like getting the 4th, 5th, and then it became a little expensive. So I joined a lot of Facebook groups that are really awesome. A lot of the recipes are formulated by like vet nutritionists. So if you're willing to, take the time and get like a grinder, you can.
Oh, you grind them?
I do, yeah.
How often do you prep?
And she's a vegetarian.
I am, yeah. So
that needs to be an episode because I'm a vegan and I feed my animal. I mean, I have a hard time like cutting meat off bones and like cutting it apart.
Before
like,
I had a grinder, I used to cut it up and it took forever.
It's fucking gross.
Yeah.
And I feel like murder.
Yeah, but I mostly use chicken as like my base. So we do like chicken thighs, chicken livers, chicken hearts, eggs, water, bone meal. So I don't grind bone.
Where do you get the bone meal?
It's the Now brand.
Oh.
So it's like human grade bone meal. Oh. So you can get it on Amazon, any like health food store.
So how did you get introduced to raw? What's the story?
Yeah. So again, all my cats growing up, they were fat, shed a lot. All of them were males too. They had urinary problems. And my mom will still say to this day, like, oh, I don't want a male cat because they all have urinary problems. But it's because of what you feed them. But yeah, all of them ended up dying because of blockages and stuff like that. So then from working at the vet too, I would also see a lot of cats come in, overweight, diabetes, just tons of issues related to what they were eating. So I knew when I got a cat that I wanted to feed it at least canned, if not raw. But yeah, then when I got Grigio, I kind of like offered him different things, but he went straight to the raw and loved it. So then I
did.
just
we hardly ever hear that.
Yeah. So then I just kept on that, and then ever since I got the other ones, I just put them automatically on raw, and they've loved it.
So they all eat the same thing?
Yes. So I do have 2 cats that don't like red meat. So, but we still alternate between like chicken, turkey, duck, rabbit, and then my 5 other ones we do like pork and lamb too.
Okay.
But for the most part, yes, they all eat the same thing.
Yeah. I mean, I noticed I have a male cat and he used to do canned and like we'd like free feed kibble. And he had gotten like 2 UTIs and by the second one, I was like, we're done with kibble.
Yeah.
completely done. But and he hasn't had one since, and it's been a couple years. But I will say that from a very young age, I introduced him to, he was like a kitten from the woods that somebody just
that's
had found.
basically,
Yeah. And I rotated his food, like every canned food was like a different protein so that he would not imprint on anything.
Yeah.
And now eats anything.
Yeah.
I mean, he'll eat dog food. It's great. He's like the garbage disposal.
Yeah, mine aren't like picky at all. They'll pretty much eat anything.
Yeah.
So I have to ask, so you two are anomalies because everybody, I mean, I shouldn't say everybody, but most other people with cats and our customers say how picky their cats are. So why are yours not? Is it your mental attitude by chance?
I feel like a lot of it has to do with how you start not free feeding. That's one of the issues.
Yeah.
How we start feeding them. So yeah, like Em said, if we're offering them a bunch of different textures and flavors and having patience and
Yeah. So like very recently I get Steve's raw because it feeds Kendrick, my little 14-pound dog, and baby Sue.
Mm-hmm.
And I had the last box I bought was chicken, and like I gave it to Sue. We switched from like he was on beef before or something, and he like didn't eat it the first like 2 days. And then I was like thinking out loud and was like, I'm just gonna keep forcing him to eat this. Like I know he's just being stubborn and putting up a fight because he'd probably rather have beef or salmon, but like I'm not gonna go out and buy another food for him because he's not eating the whole thing. Like he was eating a little bit, but he was leaving a lot more behind. And by day 3, he was finishing his whole bowl because he knew that like I wasn't going to give in.
Yeah.
And switch it up on him.
And that's how sometimes my cats I feed them twice a day. But let's say we like switch up the bag and we're eating like duck for that day. Mochi, she's like not picky, but she'll do the same thing. She'll like go over to the food and be like, oh, this is different than what I've been eating, you know, for the past 5 days. And she'll kind of like sniff it and maybe take like a couple bites, but she won't finish her breakfast. But then I offer her the same thing for dinner and she finishes it because she knows like that's her
Even
that's her
though
option.
you refrigerated it?
Mm-hmm.
I've done that before. I've refrigerated and he's eating it because I'm like, this is it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm in charge, bitch.
Yeah.
Exactly.
That's the first time I said that about my animals. I usually let them walk all
or
over
anything.
me. Yeah.
Or anything.
Yeah. I'm a people pleaser. An animal pleaser.
Self-proclaimed.
Yeah. Okay, so we've kind of touched on preventing a picky eater. So for those of you listening who have a kitten or are anticipating getting a new cat, I mean, I think we've pretty much said introduce them at a young age, rotating through proteins. Do you want to talk about imprinting, texture? You know, there's some cats out there who like fixate on pâtés versus shredded versus cubed.
Yeah.
I don't know.
So, chicken is predominantly my cat's like main protein in their diet, but like when I make it, it's more of a like minced, like watery, more minced. But then we'll get like the instinct, which is like little like nibs.
Mm-hmm.
And then we'll do like the lotus, which is like a thick pate. And then we do like the small batch, which is sliders. So even if you can find like a protein your cat likes, but you can still really like rotate
The texture of that
with
protein.
texture. Yeah. And then if your cat has like a certain, let's say, again, they only really like shreds or something, you can rotate maybe different proteins then or different brands so they're still not imprinting on that certain one food. Because if that food's ever like discontinued or they change the formula or
Yeah, but even though like it sounds like a lot of work up front, it's a lot more work later on if your brand of cat food, like you said, gets discontinued or changes formula, and you have to put them on something else. So it's easier to put up the work up front when they're young. What about transitioning a cat who is stuck on kibble to a canned or a raw food? Do you have any tips or tricks?
Yeah. So I feel like first step, if you're already at this step, is to stop free feeding, because cats aren't gonna be willing to try anything if they have a free buffet all day, especially like very yummy smelling stuff.
Oh, so like if you have one of those feeders that is
gravity feed.
Yeah. Or like time, just to cut it down. Like the first step is maybe you do 1 bowl of kibble in the morning, 1 bowl of kibble at night.
Yeah, so definitely getting them on some sort of scheduled feeding.
Okay.
Whether let's say your cat's like 5 years old, it's been fed kibble its whole life. So, and it's like left out all the time. Maybe we just like pick it up at night. So then the cat doesn't have access to food at night. And then once they're used to that, maybe we pick it up like 3 times during the day, or like set it out. And
I love that.
Until you're down to maybe whatever your schedule allows, but like 2 to 3 times a day, I feel like is normal for like adult cats to eat. So getting them on a schedule, I feel like is your first step. And then just like offering, like if they've never had wet food, just like offering it to them, maybe as a treat first. We have like those little fussy cat sticks, which are great.
And a pause makes those nice sticks.
Cups.
And those.
Oh, yeah.
They're like
mousse.
No, what are the ones by the cash wrap where it literally looks like.
Oh, like the fillet things?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, the fillet thing.
Yeah, there are things like tubes and fillets and little things that like have the same taste.
So they can get used to, like the taste and texture. And then, I mean, it might take a while. Maybe, hopefully not that long.
Like
but
already, I feel like we're on. So like by month 3, let's add treats.
Yeah.
Because I feel like it's going to take at least 3 months to get them on used to not being free fed.
Yeah, I mean, if your cat's like a kibble addict, then it might take a while. You just really have to have patience and just really stick to it.
Can I just say that free feeding kibble does put a cat in a constant state of dehydration?
Yes.
Oh, I love that you said that.
Yeah.
Not for the cat, but for our listeners.
And I feel like a lot of people think they're making their lives easier by free feeding, but like so many people come in and they're like, my cat's picky, won't try this, or like they want to add like a supplement because their cat has like diarrhea, or their cat is now on like medication that has to be given every 12 hours with food. Now you made your life so much harder because you're free feeding your cat, and it's harder to know if your cat's eating that whole supplement or giving medication.
Yeah.
So like in the long run, you're making your life so much harder by not putting your cat on like a scheduled feeding routine.
And once they're free fed kibble, they do get addicted to it, and they keep going back to the bowl for that sugar spike.
Yeah, I was going to say, you mentioned like chronic state of dehydration. What about diabetes? I mean, so I know for dogs, and I don't know this about cats, but I know for dogs, they will burn and metabolize fat before they do carbohydrates. And I know that cats really have a harder time breaking down and digesting carbohydrates. But my point being is based on like their digestive tract, are they constantly in like that sugar spike and state of hunger? And
I think they spike when they go to the bowl. Soon after they go to the bowl, they drop. Then they go back to the bowl for the spike. So that's, I feel like, where the addiction starts.
Yeah. And I mean, cats can't even, use carbohydrates like their source of energy, like you said, is their protein and fat. So
when with kibble, the body has to literally break through the sugars, the carbohydrates, to even get to the protein and fat source. And so their body is like putting in that much more work to find the protein and fat that they need. And
cats lack the digestive enzyme amylase, right? AMYLASE, which means they can't even break down starches, which is why so many end up diabetic.
Yeah.
Correct.
Now, what about renal failure? Since we're talking about kibble.
Yeah, I mean,
that's the diabetes and renal failure is what we hear the most, I feel like, with cats.
Yeah, and just like urinary issues in general.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know the exact statistic, but it's something like it's over 50%, well over 50% cats of like past age 3 have some sort of urinary issue.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is terrible.
I mean, I'll be completely honest. When baby Sue, I noticed he was having UTIs because he was like finding everywhere in the house to pee and he wasn't using his litter box. So he'd like pee in laundry baskets, in closets, in planters, and everywhere all the time, just like frozen trying to pee. I mean, I didn't even take him to the vet. I just got rid of kibble, put him on raw, and then it cleared up. And then we would slowly introduce, like, got a little bit lazy and throw kibble back in. And then by the second time, I was like, absolutely not. No more kibble.
Yeah.
So let's talk about, I am noticing personally the importance of what I put my cat's food in. When I use like a bowl where he has to like stick his face in and like it disrupts his whiskers, I notice he will tend to have some like throw up, especially if
Throw up?
a little
Really?
bit. Yeah.
Huh.
But if I do like a plate or a dish or I just put it on his mat and I don't even put it in anything, it's a little bit better.
So the whiskers warn cats, I guess many animals, of danger. That's why bowls, and this is becoming like almost common that we're really getting the message out that bowls, I mean, cats would not eat out of bowls.
Yeah.
And their whiskers touch the sides of the bowl, which really can lead to the pickiness factor. So, and the throwing up of your cat, M, I mean, I would think that triggered stress, which made your cat throw up, possibly.
And the fact that, I mean, if we're going to talk about stress, for sure. I mean, one dog waits to see if the cat drops any food or throws up because then the dog eats it. And they all wait to try to eat his food.
Yeah.
Or he's like, it's a new flavor that he really, really likes. So he devours it quicker than other foods. Like the chicken right now, he takes his time with it. So we don't see it that often.
Yeah.
But I also do like, I try to do like chicken backs and like body parts that have bones in it because that really slows down his eating and is really interactive and like gives him something to do. And I mean, I notice that really helps and he really loves it.
My cats love the chicken feet.
Yeah.
We've done chicken necks one time before, but I didn't have 7 because that gets a little, they like carry it places and it's a lot to keep track of.
Yeah.
So the bathtub trick. I mean, you can't do it with 7, but
What, you put a cat in a bathtub?
yeah, with
to let them eat their
Oh, I love that.
And they'll
and
like to
stuff.
bat it around, and it'll flip up the sides.
That's great.
And,
That's great advice because I give my cat like hearts and livers and chicken
Yeah.
backs, and he will swat it on the floor, and the dogs will like be like, yes.
Yeah.
So I'll put him in the
Jackpot.
bathtub. Yeah.
Yeah, bathtub, and then you can just spray it down, and
Yeah. I love
Yeah.
that.
yeah.
Cool.
And the chicken feet. So your cats crunch right through those bones.
They do, yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
They're a fan.
yeah. I think this is a fascinating episode.
Yeah, I want to try. Do you do the freeze dried ones at the store? Or do you get them raw chicken feet?
So we normally do the raw ones,
Okay.
like the Answers
Yeah.
chicken feet.
Yes. So, my friend Kelly, who has a farm and has chickens, so they don't process in the winter, but they'll start processing. So we'll start having our own chicken feet
Oh, perfect. Yeah.
through probably the fall. They're way nicer.
For our Pittsburgh listeners, I'm just going to throw a tidbit of information out there. We do have body parts at Healthy Pet Products. We also carry Toma meat, which is also good for cats. If you want something more exotic or you want some body parts, I highly recommend Strip District Meats because they will have a variety of organs, feet, necks, backs, everything, and salims in the Strip District as well.
What's the name of it?
Salems?
Salems? Salems? How do you spell it?
S-A-L. I think there's an H in
Salems?
there. It's a really popular place in the Strip District. They have like a market and a restaurant. People love their burgers.
So we carry...
It's halal.
It's halal? Halal?
Yeah.
So at Healthy Pet Products, we carry chicken necks, duck necks, and turkey necks.
Yeah.
Turkey necks are too big for cats, though.
And lamb femur.
Yeah, we have those too.
Lamb
I
neck
wouldn't give that
bones.
to
Have
a
you ever done the
cat.
lamb neck bones?
I have not.
Huh.
Did anything happen to that head in the freezer in Cranberry?
Oh.
It still lives there.
Oh, you're kidding.
I thought
No,
about.
it's still
I
there.
thought about. I might give it to my dog.
Oh my gosh, they love that.
I will not personally. I will make Mike do it.
Sweet pea?
Yes, because the head is a very great source of natural glucosamine and chondroitin. It has tons of tendons and cartilage.
On the scalp?
It's the
The-
whole head.
The whole head has a lot of tendons?
Yeah, your jaw.
Oh, the jaw?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I believe you. I just didn't think
And
about
cartilage
it.
and like the
Yeah.
ears and
Okay.
like,
All right.
eye stuff.
Can I get some more cartilage in my eyes?
Yeah.
Maybe I'll eat the head too. We'll get rid
Not
of it.
me. I mean,
Like
it's a
crow's
big
feet.
head.
It's
It's still there.
I'm pretty sure it's
Did
still
you ever
there.
think about, well, they probably wouldn't like it. What about
What?
any of the mice?
Okay, so I
wasn't Maruva trying to come out with a mouse food?
there is a like mouser food. I think it's a Canadian brand though, or it's either sold like West Coast.
We found it
Did you?
found a canned food that was
Yeah.
mouse.
Yes.
But they'd kind of like blipped off the radar.
But I am in a like raw feeding group, and a lot of people do feed whole prey. So they do feed like mice and like day old chicks and quails and stuff like that. So yeah, I'd be interested in seeing if my cats would eat something like that.
Yeah. You could take a pinky home and
Yeah. But again, with 7 of them, it's hard for them to like, because they like play with it, and then
Yeah.
the other one wants to eat the other ones, and then
Yeah.
there's like dead pinkies all over my house, and
Oh, then they get rotten.
yeah. So
And then what's the other raw brand we have?
Oh, Savage Cat.
Savage Cat.
yeah, my cats loves that too.
And they do the quail.
Mm-hmm.
Half a quail.
Yeah. So I haven't tried that, but they like their duck food. We've tried their rabbit and lamb, their chicken, because that consistency is like the same as like when I make mine.
Oh, is it really?
So they really like that.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Huh. And we're on to another new brand that Gen Pet's getting in. RAWR. RAWR.
Mm-hmm. They are chef's kiss.
That's a good thing, I guess.
Yep.
All right.
Yep.
I'm interested in trying it out.
It's like the Vital Essentials raw bar, but in the freezer.
Oh, cool.
Mm-hmm.
Were they at Global?
I don't
No.
think so.
Okay.
All right. I think that caps us off.
Oh, you didn't talk about timed feeders. Or do you have an opinion on timed feeders?
We did. We talked about.
You did?
Well, I guess if it's on a schedule.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like time feeders are fine. Again, like if you
And
there's
you can
still,
do it with wet food.
yeah,
raw
still
food.
scheduling it. Yeah, they make ones with
Like
I think
freeze.
the one that cat it one too. Can't
Yep.
you put like ice packs in it?
Oh, I don't know.
There's something. You're right.
Yeah,
It's
they
like,
do make-
It's like a cooler or something.
There's ones out there that you can put like raw or canned food in because it has like ice packs or something in it.
Okay. I don't know if that cat at one does or not.
I don't remember.
I think Cat It does do one. I think it's really expensive, so I don't know if we have it or not.
Yeah.
That's all for now. Thanks for listening. As always, we would love to hear your feedback, especially if you have cats, have questions, have had success transitioning from a dry to a wet diet. We love talking about feline friends and need feedback from you, telling us what you want to hear about. Find us on Instagram, Toni.Unleashed, Facebook, Toni Unleashed, and our email is info@tonyunleashed.com. Thanks for listening. Bye for now.
Bye.